So here we are at the conclusion of one of the most dynamic and exciting meetings we've ever held. Definitely, I think, the fastest, which is great. Did get a lot done, though. So reports and communications, beginning with Councilmember Cardoza.
Okay, last couple of weeks, I've had no committee meetings, commission meetings, except for our council meeting every Monday night concerning COVID-19 that we're all addressing, all as a group, and we are letting all our city residents what we are doing. And that would be about it for meetings. For events in the community, the last couple of Friday mornings, I was with our Parks and Recreation Department, our rec team, and we were passing out it's called Playful Pickup at our Gap. We gave them little goodie bags concerning chalk, jump rope, hacky sacks, anything to get kids going besides sitting there in the computer or, mainly getting them outside, giving them a little fun time. And the parents are really enjoying that with us being there. We will continue being there until further notice every Friday morning from 9 to 11. So please come on down and pick up some goodies for your children. Yesterday, we were invited to the COVID-19 task force to their food pantry warehouse. They are located on the back side of the Kmart shopping center. They have quite the setup there, and it's the big warehouse where they're passing out food supplies they've collected to our smaller food pantries in the community, and that's they're passing out food to keep our citizens of the community and food. And they also have a refrigeration unit there now, so they'll have in the future milks and cheeses. So that's a great help for our community, for seniors and folks less fortunate. And then Saturday, I attended, helped collect food on a food drive for the St. Vincent de Paul. And we had quite a good run. That was a Saturday morning. Picked up some food for the pantry there at St. Isidore's to help also take care of the community. And I just want to wish everybody a happy Cinco de Mayo. And everybody be safe out there, and we'll hopefully see you in the next couple of weeks. Thank you.
And thank you. Sespendola.
Thank you. I prepared a statement because I wanted to make sure that I stayed on track, and thank you for being here, all of us together. It feels nice to be in the chamber with everyone, and I appreciate us all doing our social distancing. I'm glad that COVID-19 cases in our region have plateaued, and in seeing this as a really positive and hopeful trend that continues. Dr. Liu, our Bi-County Health Officer, released on May 4th a new order in which it outlines, and Diana mentioned that, of lower risk businesses to open, which many have. And I'm really supportive of businesses and whenever I can and help in that area. As an example, I'm happy to say that I helped a local restaurant with our new outdoor dining policy that we have in place by our City Development Services. Thanks, Ben, for helping out today. To help our businesses and for consumers to have confidence in knowing that they are safe while they're out there shopping and working and doing things in our community. But I also want to say that we want to continue practicing being supportive of wearing facial covering. As you can see, we have ours here. Physical distancing, 6 feet apart, washing your hands, stay at home when feeling sick. And when going out, practice with caution and follow the safety measures. And I also recognize that we do have community members who are reluctant to go out. There was an email today that shared some of that. The data shows about 65% are still concerned about their own safety. So I'm concerned as well. My family, my parents are older. Both of my parents fall under the high-risk category. I'm always cautious and worry about not getting anyone sick, especially mine or your loved ones. And for these reasons and many others, I practice safety measures. As we continue in these ever-changing COVID-19 and new orders are being released, as the reopening continues, please, as a community, let's continue to practice prevention and safety measures. And I thank you so much, and be safe.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Like everyone else has already said, during the last several weeks, not much going on except COVID-19. We have all been well immersed in what's going on in our community. And I will say that I am very proud of our community with our leaders in both counties, Dr. Liu, all the councils involved. We've listened to our residents. We've been threading a needle. And I think we've done a really good job in threading the needle. And Dr. Liu has done a tremendous job with a scientific approach that really puts things in perspective. Now it's time that we ask our business owners and our residents alike to do exactly what she said, and that's do what she's asked. We have started the reopening, but we need everyone's help. So as I'm not a big fan of masks myself, but look at it this way. This is the first time you can really walk into a bank with, a face covering on and not meet our finest here in Yuba City. So I said that as our police chief was smiling back there. No, we all have our part to play. And this is a time that the businesses here that we are trying to take care of their economic health, that if we do our part, it will help the overall mental health of our community, and it'll help the physical health of our community as well, with everybody doing their own part. This is a season we go through. We're well aware of the different things happening out there, and we just ask for everyone's due diligence in following through. And we will get through this. We will get through this together. So with that, with my fellow council members, we're still listening. I think we have the heartbeat of this city. And everything we do, you can rest assured, has the best interest of every resident that calls Yuba City home at the core of every decision we make. So just say thank you in advance, because I'm sure everyone's going to do everything they can to comply.
All right, thank you. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A lot's been said, and I'm going to try not to be redundant, but I think it's important to note that as my fellow council has mentioned, we've spent a lot of time and have received a lot of information. So my first thanks and update goes to our staff. All of the staff members of the City of Yuba City are keeping the council well briefed on what's going on within their departments, and it's not just what's happening now, but it's also a forward-looking effort so that we can address those things that continue to emerge. The only meeting outside of our regular closed session council meetings that I attended was last Monday, where the mayor and I and our city manager, were a part of a group that met over in Yuba County with the county administrative staff and other city representatives, electeds, and staff members, where Dr. Liu briefed us on the draft amended order that she intended to release later that week. And I was impressed with the fact that that was a very open and honest dialogue with feedback. It's very difficult decisions and a place that Dr. Liu finds herself in regards to balancing the science of what her professional training brings to the table, plus all the other things that Councilman Shaw just mentioned, which is the human wellness and the financial piece. I was very pleased when I saw her amended order come out on Friday. I think it fairly and addresses the needs of the community, and it is based in both science from Johns Hopkins and also with the actual reality of what's going on in the city of Yuba City, as well as in our region. I do want to thank the mayor specifically. He shouldered the load of lots of press conferences and did not actually, that makes it sound like I didn't expect it, but he did a remarkable job. National news, local news, et cetera, and he represented this council and this city, I think, very professionally. So well done. At this point, I also think it's fair to share my personal thanks to Assemblyman Gallagher and Senator Nielsen for the efforts they're making on behalf of our community. I know that not everyone feels that way. I do. I think it means a lot to try to get these things moving forward based upon, again, the science and the realities of what's going on in our community. We are aware that Governor Newsom is not necessarily happy with what's going on here, and in fact have become aware, though I'm not totally comfortable with the knowledge of it being accurate just yet, but I'm hearing that the ABC and others are in our community meeting with our businesses. We're hearing that, and as this continues to develop, you can bet your council will be paying attention. With that, thank you to the residents. It really is each and every resident's responsibility to police themselves as it regards to COVID-19, the social distancing, the masks where they're required, but being also cognizant of what people feel in the community as well. There are different opinions out there, and just because someone has a different opinion doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be attacked. We need to address everybody's concerns. With that, Mr. Mayor, I'll turn it back to you.
All right, thank you. And that's really is what it boils down to. I could repeat everything was said. We're all in concurrence, I think, for the very most part. It's a tough situation to be in right now. This is unprecedented, as we talked about before. But I think personal accountability and responsibility is a huge role. The police department, sheriff's department, they can't shoulder that burden, trying to be making sure everybody wears a mask, for example. So we really have to count on each other. And we are a community, and we're proving, we're proud of it that we're a bi-county community already, but we're really proving how united we are right now, because we're stepping out, we're kind of emerging and filtering our way to the top on a national level for some of the decisions we've made. And I stand by those decisions, and I support those decisions with our fellow electeds on both sides of the river. There's many aspects in coming to the decision. We have the medical health of folks, we have the economic health of our businesses, we have the mental health of our folks. And you have all these competing objectives, at least sometimes they are, generally moving in the right direction. Where those things overlap, therein lies your options. And that's where folks, the electeds and then the higher ups, get to earn their money, because that's where their decisions are made. And we might not be completely aligned with the state right now, but I think their numbers and our statistics support the decisions we've made, as long as people do remain accountable and police themselves. And what might be good for LA and the Bay Area doesn't necessarily work here. And we have to keep in mind that we have our economy to take care of. We have businesses that are struggling. Some may never return. And that's unfortunate. If we have some latitude to make some provisions to accommodate that and prevent that and help these folks along, I think we're obligated to do so. So how this is going to play out with the difference of opinion or interpretation with our governor, we're yet to determine. However, we are, as Vice Mayor said, monitoring it essentially constantly. And we are prepared to respond and comment and act shoulder to shoulder with our counterparts locally. And Assemblyman Gallagher and Senator Nielsen to come to somewhat of an agreement or a resolution to this. Bottom line is we want to take care of our city, take care of our people, be safe, but we don't want to, we do what we can to keep them whole and keep them active and in business without endangering their safety. I did eat at a restaurant locally on Monday, and I got to tell you, it was, I couldn't believe how clean it was. They actually had employees with masks on their hands and knees under the booth scrubbing the floor with a rag. And it was, these businesses are more than willing to do what it takes to go above and beyond to stay open and to recognize the seriousness of the virus, but yet still try to earn a living. One gal who owns a beauty salon, she told me she actually hired a hazmat team to come in and clean her salon top to bottom, front to back. That's above and beyond. And there's examples go on and on. And so I'm proud of these folks for stepping up. And I'm proud to be part of the community, proud to be representing our folks as a member of this city council. And I could go on, but the theme is still the same. We're here, we're active, we support the decision, we support our community, and as Councilmember Shaw said, we will get through this together. That's the only way to do it. So thank you all very much. I will adjourn for now. Thank you.